How are you doing?
Doing great. Now that we're finally taking a break, I get to read the next chapter of my book. I'll tell you about it later, okay?
I was hoping I could ask her what book she was reading. I was hoping that was going to be a segue into something. Oh well. The mod page does mention that a few requests are tied to raising her regard with you. However, the mod page doesn't necessarily go all that much into specific ways to raise it, or if there are ways to check it without the use of console commands. That being said, there is at least another quest that we would be able to do without raising a regard. It would more so be in regards to getting a random trigger to occur while in Riften with her, so we'll be going there next. But for right now, I decided I'd wait a week in game just to see if that did move anything along, since there are so many times where companions just need you to travel with them more, spend more time with them following you in order to raise their regard, their rapport with you, and so on.
The Temple of Mara makes me uncomfortable,
Oh.
to tell you the truth. Reminds me too much of my arranged marriage.
I came to Riften to talk to her about this, and I didn't know how long it was going to take for her to open up about it. It took 2 seconds.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about something.
It took all the 2 seconds for her to offer up that information. That's perfect timing. Thank you.
Alright.
I was about to go on about, I was like, oh, we have to come to Riften and wait for her to say it, and she just immediately said, hey, by the way.
Doing fine, thanks.
Oh. Wait. Okay, we have to ask her specifically when relaxing somewhere. I didn't read the pop-up. That's my bad. The pop-up showed up and I immediately went, oh, okay, well, let me just talk to her immediately because I was in the middle of saying something else because I distract myself very easily.
Hold there.
Hey.
Before I let you into Riften, you need to pay the visitor's tax.
Visitor's tax, I'm gonna buy meat. That will cover the tax.
For the privilege of entering the city. What does it matter?
Remy, can you just sick scrap on them, maybe?
Call it what you want. You don't pay, then you're not getting in.
Well, I tried.
All right, calm down. No need for that. I'll let you in right away. Just need to get the gate unlocked.
Here's the thing, I should have had,
Riften.
I wish I could have Remy talk to them. It's like, you saw how she, threatened Calselmo. I want her to speak up for me in every situation. Let's go ahead and relax for a while.
Oh, I can finally finish my book. I was just getting to the good part last time we left.
Well... Oh! Hey, there he is. There's Scrap. Oh, don't break into that room, please. Oh, it's open? Okay. That works then, that's fine.
What did
then.
you need, my friend?
I needed to talk to you.
What's on your mind?
Oh. Does she ever sing? Do you ever sing?
Trust me, you don't want me to sing.
Yeah, same here. I'm sure it can't be that bad.
Sure, if you find the beautiful tones and melodies of Horker screams to be compelling. You just have to believe me on this one. I don't sing.
Alright, I'll trust you on this one. Wait. We're not done yet.
Did you need something?
Oh,
Someone
I'm gonna
was
get
trying
personal.
to pickpocket you earlier, so
Scrap,
I
scrap,
pickpocketed them while they were distracted.
Scrap, you're a little clingy. Scrap, you are slightly clingy. I can practically see the ideas running through your head. What are you up to?
What is that supposed to mean? Well, you're not wrong, I guess. I've just been thinking about vampire hunters.
Vampire hunters?
Yes. Well, not the hunters themselves, obviously. No, I mean their crossbows.
Oh!
They're very exciting, aren't they?
Oh, this is another quest. Yeah, that's one way of describing them.
They're just so fascinating and intricate. I'd love to put one together. They remind me of Dwarven ballistas. Honestly, I've deconstructed enough ballistas that I could almost certainly replicate the firing force onto a crossbow.
Why don't you then?
You say that like it's so simple.
Isn't it?
I'd need so many supplies that I just can't afford or easily find.
Alright, well, let me help you gather the materials.
Help me?
Yeah.
Yes! I mean, if you insist.
I do.
I've put a lot of thought into this already, so I already have a general sense of what I'll need. I'm thinking 2 Dwemer cogs, 8 Dwemer gears, 1 Dwemer lever, 3 pieces of wood, and 6 dwarven metal ingots.
I'm hoping that's written
What?
down somewhere.
Don't look so annoyed. You offered.
I'm hoping that all gets written down. Does it? Oh, it does, and it has the tracker. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. Listen, that's not even what I was trying to talk about. That's not even, what I was, trying to do. Remy's here. Where is Remy? Ask Remy.
Sorry, you were saying something?
Remy. Talk about projects. I had some questions for you, Remy.
Oh, what's that?
Well, you mentioned this whole arranged marriage thing. Let's talk about that. Also, yeah, because I hadn't rested with her yet, I didn't realize the sheer amount of conversation topics that you have just when relaxing. So, this opened up everything. This opened up all the stuff. So we've got a lot to do now.
Oh. That.
Hey, you volunteered it.
It's hard to talk about.
We weren't even in the city.
Alrighty.
We weren't even in
hi?
Riften, and you offered it up. You are the common modding cliche of I'm gonna tell you about this, but don't ask me about this.
Alright.
Also, it's not just a modding cliche. It's a very classic video game cliche. What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear, huh? Well... You're putting me on the spot here. Probably... failure. That's probably predictable, though. I just don't want to let my family down. After all my exploration, I want to make a fortune for us. Maybe make a name for myself by writing a book. But if I can't do it, and I've wasted all this time delving into runes for nothing, it's frightening to think about.
Oh, it's very frightening then.
What about you?
It's so frightening you said it twice. Spiders, dragons, illness, death, fame. I fear nothing. Death.
That's certainly a scary thought. Some people find peace in the idea of going to a realm in oblivion.
Oblivion?
Do you not think that your soul will live on?
Not in oblivion.
Or perhaps you're more afraid of where it will be moving on
I
to.
haven't done anything wrong. Let me get you something to eat. Maybe then you'll want to talk about your arranged marriage.
Well, naturally I won't say no. At least I usually wouldn't. My heart just really isn't in it right now, though.
Really? Your heart isn't in eating? What's wrong?
Well, you see, I was imagining having a grand meal, seated at a long table with friends and family, knocking back warm drinks. And in my mind's eye, the food that was laid out was a first course of stuffed capon, accompanied by sliced fox tongues.
Excuse me?
On the side was some fried bottaglear with a dip of rich goat cheese. And to finish it off, honey cakes, powdered with sugar.
Sliced fox tongues? That... What?
Yes, I was told as much when I tried to order it at the Silverblood Inn. I cannot fathom what about it seems bad. It doesn't seem much different than eating roasted boar's head. And I tell you, it's really quite divine. It's the type of food that you can't help but pick at, even if you're full.
Those poor foxes. If the food was so good, why isn't your heart in eating right now?
Well, my imagination had that glowy yellow sheen of something I am remembering as better than it actually was.
Ah.
And then add in the fact that we arrive at an inn and the food is... Nordy. Well, it's turned me off of eating for the moment. It will pass, though. You can count on that.
If you were worried about,
Do you have any foods you wish you could have right now?
If you were worried about the food being too naughty here, you really shouldn't have come to Skyrim. Ooh, sweet gnocchi. I'm more of a savory gnocchi person. Mammoth stomach. Ugh, no. Seared venom steaks. Venom steaks? No. I was thinking venison. I am happy with whatever we can get our hands on.
Yes, we aren't typically in positions to be picky, I suppose.
Well, you are still
But
picky.
really, no big food desires? Even your wildest food fantasies are just whatever we can scrounge up? Someday I will get us such a great meal that you will mourn its loss when we return to adventuring.
I look forward to it.
Then I'll ask you this again.
Alright, I'm looking forward to it. Do you want me to get you food now?
All you did was make me think of more delicious tasting food. Nord food still seems terribly unappealing,
Ouch.
but maybe next time. In fact, I'm going to hold you to that when Nord food next seems appetizing.
No chores pie. I promise you that. So I'm wondering if I can't continue the arranged marriage thing because we're not close enough yet. Maybe we're not friendly enough yet.
Hi?
So maybe we should do the crossbow quest first. Oh, also, yeah, I brought you a drink.
You're too kind. What is it?
That's a good question. Ale.
You know ale is used to make elsewhere fondue?
Elsewhere.
Not that I'm going to cook with this, I'm too excited to drink it.
That's good. That's a good sign.
I think you've had plenty, Volwolf.
Hey, maybe now you want to talk about your arranged marriage.
Alright.
Now that I've given you some drinks. No? Okay. I'll ask you one question and then we'll do your crossbow. How about that? Tell me more about your childhood.
My childhood? What about it?
Yeah, what you do, what were you like as a kid.
Oh, I was a terrible child.
I believe it.
Always getting into trouble.
I believe it.
I was, easily swayed by other kids. They'd convince me that something was fun, and I was naive. Took me a long time to realize that they were just playing around, placing bets on who could make me do the dumbest thing.
What was the dumbest thing you did?
One time they convinced me that there was a sunken treasure in the sewer system. I didn't need treasure, but I thought I needed their approval. So I went diving. Couldn't get the smell out for weeks. My mother was so angry. My father explained then that sometimes people could be mean just because they thought it was fun. It took me a long time to really get that.
Your father sounds great. Stepfather, I know.
He is. Has always been there for me since I can remember.
Oh.
Even though it upset him for my sister to leave, he still encouraged my studies into the Dwemer. I'm sure once he hears I met someone like you, he'll be relieved. Relieved that someone's making sure I don't get myself killed. And relieved that I'm better at picking out friends.
Aww.
Hey, so I was thinking...
Oh?
I know I'm not too great in combat. I let you and Scrap handle it.
Wait, am I getting all
but
of our quests now?
I can heal myself alright. Maybe I could try throwing some healing spells your way too?
Oh, okay,
At least I'd feel like I'm actually useful, you know?
Okay, never mind, this isn't one of our quests. Yeah, sounds great.
Really? Okay, I'll practice right away so that I'm ready to help in our next fight.
Alright.
What would you like to discuss?
Oh. That's new. We'll save that for later. Let's head out.
Right behind you.
Took a little while, but I think we have everything we need.
Are you talking to me to give me the sweet roll you have? Yes, I know you have one. No, I won't tell you how I found out.
You really have to stop checking my backpack. Do we have to be resting again for this to work?
Alright.
We might have to be resting again. Oh, okay, new update. What do you think of me?
It's a little embarrassing for me to say, but you're very dear to me.
Aww.
If you ever need anything, I'm always happy to help you. Your burdens are mine too.
Damn. Lydia's gonna get a little jealous, isn't she? Let's go ahead and relax.
Oh, I can finally finish my book. I was just getting to the good part last time we left.
No book. We need to talk about the crossbow. Okay, let's talk about projects.
Yes.
Let's work on the crossbow.
Okay, sure. Do we have any of the supplies?
I have all the supplies. Here's the cogs.
Excellent.
And here's the gears.
Finally got 8 of them together.
Mm-hmm. And the lever.
Oh yes, this piece is important.
Quite. Firewood.
Wonderful. Now we can get the base done.
The metal ingots.
Perfect. These will make sure the crossbow is nice and sturdy.
That should be everything you asked for, which I think I could have just said that. I do like that I can give her the individual components or everything all at once. Not enough mods do that.
Let me check. Yes. Okay, just give me some time to put it together. If you have time to kill, go get me a snack for when I'm done. Please?
Okay, you said please.
I'm so excited.
You did say please at least. Fine. I'll get food. Do I actually get to give you a snack?
Yes. No, wait, that's entirely wrong.
Any progress? I'll take that as a no.
Hopefully I can latch back onto my train of thought from before.
I'll come back, I guess. Lydia just standing there menacingly. She heard, that you might be willing to carry my burdens, and she's not a fan.
It's no fun getting pushed around all the time.
Okay, I waited a full
all
day,
ears.
and we do get a quest pop, but we do get a notification when she's done. I see you must be done, because you're just pushing Lydia aside and cooking.
I am your sword
Excellent.
and your shield.
It's finished.
How did it turn out?
Well, I think it's good. I honestly don't know how to use a crossbow. Maybe you want it?
Why don't I teach you how to use it?
You'd really do that?
Yeah.
Well, okay. But I hope you're a patient teacher.
Oh,
Okay, so I hold it like this.
I'm scared.
Okay, great.
I'm a
and
little
then
nervous.
just pull this back, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! Oh wow, maybe I should aim before pulling that, huh?
Preferably.
Okay, one more time. Point it at the target. Okay, and now? I did it!
You did?
What did you need, my friend?
I'm glad you managed. I'm glad you were able to do it, because I couldn't necessarily tell. I notice it's hard for you to understand when you're being propositioned.
You'll have to forgive me, but I'm almost certain that's a rude thing to point out in casual conversation. But, since I like you, I'll ignore it. Yes, I suppose that is an area that causes me quite a bit of grief. I've never been particularly great at noticing such implications from others.
Or stirring. Why is that?
I'm not entirely sure. I do know that I noticed some time ago that others seem to have certain expectations surrounding committed partners. And even beyond that, there is a certain draw toward others' bodies. At least that seems to be the case for most people.
Yeah, for most people.
I realized in my youth that this was apparently a typical development. I also realized that I don't seem to share such inclinations.
Oh, okay. You're asexual. Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, the other youth in the city, they seem to develop these interests in more, intimate activities. It took me a while to notice, as I had my mind focused on more useful thoughts, such as Dwemer technology. But when I did notice, I thought that perhaps I just hadn't noticed that I was having similar feelings toward others.
Oh, okay.
But no matter how much I tried to summon such feelings within myself, I never really got it.
You've never been interested in someone, in anyone?
Oh no, I certainly have. I've had the typical desires, to be near them, to hold hands, to share thoughts and feelings. But it seems that there are other aspects to being interested in someone. Acts that I thought were more obligation than done out of desire. My first kiss was... well, he was quite lovely, and we were learning ourselves. But some of the explorations... I'm not sure why, but my stomach churned like I was on a ship, and I felt like I needed to escape from my skin.
I just
I
noticed
think I broke his heart when I
big-ass
told him I
fish
didn't
just
want to
staring
remain
at
his
us
partner.
during this conversation. You desire relationships without the physical aspect.
Yes. I'm glad that made sense to you. I suppose to give you a brief answer to your original question, I struggle to notice propositions because I forget that others have more carnal desires.
Caramel desires. The flirt option is just flirt. Oh, well then. No, I want to ask her about the arranged marriage first.
Oh, what's that?
No. Okay, so, no update there. But I'm wondering, what do you think of me?
Do you need to ask? You're the best friend I've ever had.
Aw.
I care greatly for you, and I'm so proud to adventure alongside you.
What if,
I'm always happy to talk with my best friend.
Well, what if this best friend flirted with you?
What is it?
You'd be fine exploring on your own, but I'm glad you stayed with me. You know, your projects are really impressive. You're one of the smartest people I know. You look lovely today. You're one of the smartest people I know.
Well, that's... I mean, I don't disagree, but it sounds weird to hear out loud. Thank you.
Can I go back and do the others?
Hey, so I found something. Well, really, I stole something.
Oh.
Anyway, I got you this. I really hope you like it. I saw it, and I thought of you right away. Don't ask me why I did, but what I mean is, this is to thank you for being such a great friend to me. Sincerely. Thank you.
Oh, alright.
What would you like to discuss?
Giving me a diamond already? I flirt with you once and you're giving me a diamond. Wow. Have you been thinking of any more projects lately?
Of course. Approximately 54 have gone through my mind in the last day.
Oh.
Now, any worth pursuing is a different question.
And have there been any worth pursuing?
Well, let me try and think back on them. You know what? Yes. There's one that I think would be both mentally stimulating for me and useful for the team.
The team of two?
Of course, it requires me to have a better understanding of tonal magic. Maybe a more in-depth book would do it?
Maybe the College of Winterhold, maybe the Bard's College? I don't think Skyrim is known for its libraries.
Yes, well, that puts my idea at a standstill. It's really not something that's intuitive to anyone other than the Dwemer. If you happen to come across a library, do let me know, so I can look around.
Because if I do this, will I be able to say the Bard's College or the College of Winterhold again?
Yes, and we decided that Skyrim apparently doesn't
Lydia.
appreciate reading.
Lydia, please. Let's try the Bard's College, because that I can actually get into.
Oh, you think so? They do have an awful lot of books. Although I can't imagine they'd have something so complex as a manuscript on tonal magic.
You never know.
It doesn't hurt to look, though, does it? Shall we?
We shall. Attuned Assassination. Take Remy to the Bard's College. Off we go, Lydia. Just hold down the fort for us, please. Oh, wait, nope. Before that.
You had something to say?
First, let's head out.
Right behind you.
And now Lydia can hold down the fort for us.
Welcome to the Bard's College. I'm the headmaster here. How may I help you?
Sorry, I'm not here for you. I'm just visiting.
May song speed you along.
Thank you. I'm just gonna borrow this book real fast. A thesis on the properties of tonal magic and its practical applications. Oh, God. I can't read this. Remy, I sure hope that you can, then.
Oh, now that looks promising.
Does it? Okay, sure. Is it what you need? Did you see how tiny the font was? Just in the corner there?
Yes. Yes, I think it is. It will take me a moment to read through this. Don't you worry, though. I'm excellent at multitasking. I'll let you know when I've got the gist of it, okay?
Is it really multitasking if you're just standing here reading it? I don't think that's what multitasking means. I have a feeling it's gonna be 24 hours the same way that it was for the crossbows. So we might just be here for a moment then. Been 24 hours. Check in with Remy.
I figured it out.
Of course you did. You still haven't told me what you're figuring out in the first place.
You couldn't tell from the book? It's very detailed.
There's like one
You're familiar
paragraph
with
long.
tonal architecture, aren't you?
No.
Well, I don't mind explaining it. However Arbus came to be, it did so with a baseline sound. This is the essence of Arbus, in a way.
Of course.
Men and mare and animals and anything, really. When they move or act or interact with the world, they create music to go along with Arbus's sound. We all have music unique to our patterns of behavior, which are our songs. They are how we help to shape Arbus, however minuscule. When our patterns of behavior change, so does our song. The reverse is also true. When our song is altered, our behaviors are altered. Maybe you see where I'm going with this?
Definitely.
Of course, knowing the right tones to make a song for specific behavior is basically impossible. Unless, of course, you're the Dwemer. Even then, the most that they could do was change the physical world. The mind is an entirely different game. Although they were able to sync up minds to project thoughts. But it's still not quite the same.
You still haven't said what this has to do with. Let's just cut to the chase.
Fine. You got all the important stuff now anyway.
Did I?
Essentially, I want to create a device to align with specific tones in the songs of automaton. In doing so, I'll be able to influence their behaviors. Most importantly, their ability to function.
Oh?
It's not unlike how some automaton power down when taken from their home city. Except instead of removing tones, I'd be altering them. Pretty neat, right?
Alter them to do what? How long is this gonna take you to make?
Lucky for us, I am a genius and decided I don't need your permission to begin working on it. No offense.
I mean, none taken, you
I've
don't.
made the prototype. My, tuning fork. It's a matter of determining the correct frequency for it to do what I want. But to do that, I'd have to have a test subject of a more mechanical nature.
Well, I have good news. You have one in your bag.
In my bag? Oh, you mean Scrap?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's more than a test subject to me, you know.
I'm very well aware.
But also, he is the perfect specimen. Good idea. Let me get him out. Scrap, come here for a moment. Okay. I'm not really sure how to go about this. Should I just hit him with it?
Yeah, stick a fork in him.
Yes, I suppose I'll do that and see how adjusting the frequency affects him. Okay, here goes. Sorry, Scrap.
He's like, sorry for what? Oh.
Oh, Scrap, I'm so sorry. I promise I'll erase this from your memory banks afterward.
I don't think that makes it better.
Well, that definitely did not deactivate him.
Why is she flashing
Let me
in and out?
try.
Oh god.
Altering this bit.
Maybe
Okay,
the
let's
fork
give
is
this a whirl.
affecting her.
Oh, whoa. Be careful, Scrap.
Hey, I don't blame him.
Well, it's definitely not that. I should probably adjust in the opposite way, don't you think? Let's try this. Oh, no, that's certainly not right. Although it seems to be closer to the ideal.
It's pretty good for him.
Ooh, think it will wear off? It'd be awfully cumbersome if he was invisible from now on.
Let's turn ourselves
Oh,
invisible.
there he goes. Okay, that is a relief. I think I might almost have it, though. Just a small tweak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my poor Scrap.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, don't worry, you'll be okay. Physically, because I'll repair you, and mentally, because you'll have no memory of this. Well, it works. I'm not sure that it was worth the mental scarring of having to disable my own precious, perfect automaton.
Man.
Well, I suppose it might be if you have me use it often. Then the pride of making something useful might outweigh my guilt.
Find someone who loves you as much as Remy loves Scrap. That is my advice to you. That is absolutely my advice to you in life. Find someone who loves you as much. Because man, oh man. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, and it's a novice spell. Disable automaton, 100% disable. Similar to how we have asking her to lockpick. I like that. That's really useful. If anything, I feel like this is the best way to implement it rather than it being through a dialogue menu with her. So hopefully we get to go to another Dwarven Ruin for her for another of her quests, and then we can try it out.
I tend to prefer more academic texts, but I also love a good adventure story. I suppose I just can't get enough of adventuring, huh?
I guess not.
Hey there.
The funny thing is that we're not even really adventuring together because we're just doing all of your stuff, which is a lot of talking, which I'm okay with personally. You can flirt with her every 12 hours and it'll just go through a lot of the different options that we had from before.
What is it?
You would have been fine exploring on your own, but I'm glad you stayed with me. Your projects are really quite impressive. You look lovely today. Tell me what kind of book you'd like, and I could get it for you. I think your awkwardness is endearing. Your intellect rivals the Dwemer themselves. You really care about scrap. It's heartwarming. Very handy with machines. I wonder if you're handy with something else. Oh. You've really grown as a person. Your hair is cute today. There's a lot of these. Wow. Didn't think you realize how brave you can be. Are you a witch because you bewitched me? I'm lucky to call you my friend. That's not very flirty. I'm gonna go with this. You'd be fine exploring on your own. I'm glad you stayed with me.
Oh, I'm really happy I stayed too. Exploring by your side has been... well, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Aww.
I was just thinking about that last fight we were in.
Yeah?
I don't know why I can't get this out of my mind, but... you were just so impressive.
Me?
I'm so lucky to be adventuring with you, you know?
Impressive.
I know I don't say this as often as I should, but I'm really thankful to share these adventures with you.
Joke's on you, we haven't gone on any adventures. We haven't gone anywhere and fought anything since Nichuan Zell. Are you following?
Are you talking to me to give me the sweet roll you have?
Nope.
Yes, I know you have one. No, I won't tell you how I found out.
Okay, she's following.